And we are live today from the Outer Rim in what is another glorious morning. Yes, it's morning here in the hall. The twin suns are out, and it's time to get to work, guys. We are talking about Miss Nest today, that firecracker, the hall's favorite redhead. And man, is she a task to deal with if you are going against her on defense and it's just her standing. You don't want to overcommit resources. You want to maximize your roster. Well, we have three very easy types of characters you can build and put in a team, really extract the most out of your roster and take her down. More to come right after the break. Let's hit it, Hall. All right, guys, just a quick reminder before we get started. If you like and enjoy my content, do please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps my channel out immensely. Really need it to happen, so please, guys, do take care of your boyers. With that being said, let's just get right to this, guys. So I mentioned a formula for taking down a nest on defense with the bare bones of your roster. And really, it comes down to three things, guys. It is stuns, it is healing immunity, and it is single shot burst damage. No double taps, no triple taps, none of that stuff. Single shot burst damage. Maybe, 15k strike, 20k strike, maybe even just above 10 if you have a couple of burst damage characters in there. So the example I'm going to show you happened in a recent Grand Arena stream. One, it was just a nest standing, and it was basically my community rallying together to try and cobble together some sort of comp that could take her out. And all credit goes to my slicer, Mikayas. You guys have seen me pump him up quite a bit. He's a fantastic theory crafter, fantastic dude overall. If you need mod help, I'll put his information up at the end of the video, and you guys can reach out to him. But he helped me put this team together. He recommended the kind of ingredients to make it all work, and lo and behold, you guys will see in the footage, it absolutely works. And it's, in this example, we used a Jin lead, and Jin was selected for her stuns, and she can pull back up Big Cass on a revive if she needs to. Big Cass, I just mentioned, the second character in this comp. He is absolutely critical. Probably my favorite character in this game that is just so... He's probably the most underrated character, I should say. The amount of debuffs he can unload. Just totally unique kit for a rebel that can do debuffs. And he can inflict all sorts of different debuffs, but the most important one being healing immunity. So if you have him jacked up with some good potency, some good stuff to come there. So the reason he is on this team is because of his healing immunity. He puts that out there. Nest cannot heal back up. And the whole goal of this battle is just to basically control her, so she is just slowly taking turns when you want her to take turns, and when she gets low enough, you're going to try and burst damage her down with your two burst damage characters. So the whole component here is, we talked about Jin, we talked about Cassian. Add in a third stunner. In this case, it was RG. That stun he has is clutch. It's always online because it's a basic. You can put someone like Big U, Aurora in there, stun on basic. I think Cup has a stun as well. I'm not sure if it's on basic or not. But you just want guys that can stun, you can jack up their potency, and go from there. So ideally, 3 stunners under a Jin lead. And then you have 2 burst damage characters. In this example, all I had left was Major Tom, Resistance Trooper. We call him Major Tom here in the hall. All I had left was Major Tom and FOTP. FOTP, just, I have garbage first order, but I had geared up FOTP for his ship. So a couple of other things to keep in mind when you're kind of looking at those other 3 characters outside of Jin and Big Cass. I would say debuffs like Daze, like Tenacity down. Obviously, Daze will prevent her from counterattacking your guys, and then Tenacity down will obviously allow your stuns to land a bit more regular. So do keep those in mind as you're kind of filling out those teams to try and take her down. And as you guys can see from the footage here, we just control the fight, keep controlling it with the stuns. We got a bit lucky with Cassian being able to constantly land that healing immunity debuff, and man, did it work. It worked. I was absolutely blown away. So big shout out to my slicer for theory crafting this one. Just know the key components. It does not have to be these characters. I think Jin lead is kind of an important piece to that. And obviously Big Cass, but the rest, the other 3, the 2 damage dealers and the 3rd stunner can be rotated in pretty much with whatever you have left. So just keep that in mind as you go forward in your Grand Arena. Good luck out there. It is a hard time, guys. I'm not even going to lie. This matchmaking, I went from going against a full suite of 16 G13s against my 2 versus last night just absolutely throttling the guy. And to think that we're in the same bracket, that guy that I throttled last night who had like 1 G13 and a pretty rough roster, pretty bloated roster, versus the guy that was hyper-focused with 16 G13s, and those two guys are in the same bracket. Absolute insanity, needs to be addressed. G13 needs to be looked at for the proper adjustments for power in Grand Arena matchmaking. All right, Hall, I hope you have an amazing Sunday, and I wish you good day from the Outer Rim. Bye, guys.